The morning sea was calm and pale. Sunlight skimmed the waves. The USS Gerald R moved like a slow mountain of steel. Engines hummed beneath the deck. The carrier consumed distance with quiet power. Crew members at their stations scanned displays. Fingers tapped controls. Eyes followed ghost lines on radar. Each motion had meaning. Each silence had weight. The first radar contact appeared faint. Then it sharpened. 3 small returns formed a triangular shape inside the exclusion zone. They were deliberate. They were close. They moved with control. The officer on watch froze. He had seen patrols before. He had seen fishing boats drift near. This was different. The vectors did not match civilian patterns. The computer marked the contacts. Amber lines pulsed slowly. The captain arrived on the bridge. His boots struck metal firmly. He took in the reports. He understood the danger. A supercarrier could crush a small vessel with momentum alone. The threat of collision could spark international scrutiny. A misstep here could have consequences beyond the horizon. The bridge hummed with tension. Men and women held their positions. Every eye was on the radar screen. Optical drones launched and scanned the surface. Low profiles rode the waves. Reinforced bows glinted in the light. These were not ordinary boats. The triangular formation maintained spacing. Their pattern suggested training. Their speed suggested intent. A single human error could trigger disaster. The captain ordered a hail on the international channel. Silence returned. The carrier broadcast again. No reply came. Aircraft on deck were secured. Crews double-checked tie-downs. Fuel vapors smelled faint but sharp. The flight deck paused all operations. Elevators stopped. Catapults remained inert. The carrier focused on the 3 boats ahead. Each moment stretched. Each decision carried weight. A drone lifted higher for a better view. The lead boat held a figure upright at the bow. A long object reflected sunlight. It flashed briefly. The operator could not tell if it was a signal or a weapon. The carrier prepared countermeasures. Small boats were readied. Missile systems ran self-checks. Every procedure in place was calibrated to avoid escalation while maintaining defense. Coastal radar feeds were checked. Some signals appeared blank. Some overlapped with older readings. A junior officer frowned. The coastal systems seemed to have errors. Some channels showed nothing. Some readings were delayed. The carrier could not rely on them. It had to respond in real time. The tension increased. The lead boat edged closer. Spray hit its reinforced bow. The triangle maintained formation. Alarms on the carrier began faintly. Not weapons. Not flooding. Proximity warnings. Collision risk. Hull strain monitors reported slight increases. Engineers below watched screens. Hands hovered over consoles. Every crew member held a silent breath. The carrier turned slightly to widen the gap. The boats mirrored the maneuver. The lead figure tapped the object at the bow. A flash of bright white light struck sensors. Optical dazzlers, perhaps. The carrier crew shielded their eyes. Systems jittered. Screens flickered. A patrol boat radioed briefly. Orders were to maintain course until shore commands arrived. Withdrawal without permission could risk careers. The voice was steady. The intent clear. The carrier responded with firm instructions to move away immediately. No formal reply came. The lead boat surged forward. Momentum built. The bow scraped the carrier wake. A shower of water sprayed the hull. A slight thud shook internal plumbing. Crew members in the hangar glanced up. Latches shook. A hose whipped wildly. The carrier remained steady but strained. The captain considered escalation. He weighed seconds against consequences. His voice cut across the bridge. Engines adjusted. Not enough to halt. Enough to alter relative speed. The lead boat reacted with subtle maneuvers. The object at the bow flashed again. Men shielded their eyes. Optical sensors scrambled. Alarms rang in short bursts. The triangle held its pattern. One boat moved closer to the carrier. The lead figure stared directly into a bridge window. No salute, no greeting. Only intent. Every crew member felt the silent threat. The carrier prepared small craft to intercept. The show of force was measured. Every action balanced risk and diplomacy. The lead boat lifted with the swell. Its reinforced bow struck steel lightly. The carrier listed a fraction of a degree. The hull groaned. Lights flickered. Engineers below froze. Every sensor monitored the impact. The carrier recorded the event. The logs captured the time. It would be immutable. The triangle began to move again. The crew held in tense anticipation. The lead figure adjusted the object again. A bright flare reflected off the steel. The carrier systems registered the flash. Alarm tones increased. The motion of the water indicated possible ramming. The crew's eyes tracked every inch. Every second stretched longer. Every breath counted. Suddenly, a deep vibration ran through the hull. Alarms blared sharply. The impact had not been full contact, but close enough to register on multiple sensors. The lead boat's bow had nudged dangerously near the carrier side. The weight of steel and momentum became terrifyingly real. Men below and above felt the strain. The captain shouted orders to reverse slightly, not full speed. Enough to create distance. The boat shifted in response. The object flashed again. Lights and shadows played across the bridge. Tension coiled tight. Every officer knew one wrong order could turn this near miss into an incident seen around the world. And then, the lead boat did something no one expected. It surged forward with sudden acceleration. A section of its reinforced bow hit the carrier with sharp impact. The lights flickered violently. A low groan echoed through steel and water. The bridge froze. Everyone waited. Nothing moved. A single alarm chimed. And then a faint crack sounded deep below the waterline. The faint crack echoed through the hull like a whisper of danger. Crew members felt it more than heard it. Engineers rushed to their stations. Consoles lit up with warnings. Pressure readings flickered. The carrier did not list further, but every system registered the sudden stress. Men below decks gripped railings. The hum of engines seemed louder. The water outside continued its indifferent roll. The captain stayed on the bridge. His eyes scanned the displays. Every sensor, every monitor, every alarm fed into a mental map of the carrier's state. The three boats had paused for a moment after the impact. The triangle held. The lead figure raised the object again. Its reflection cut sunlight sharply. No signal came over radio, no apology, only intent. The carrier prepared its first active deterrent. Small interceptor boats moved to flank the side. Their hulls skated across the water. Waves broke in long white streaks. Men at their stations ran checks. Fire control officers reviewed targeting systems. Nothing lethal would launch yet. This was only to create separation, to assert power without escalation. The patrol boats mirrored each move. They angled slightly to the side. The lead figure tapped the object again. Another flash blinded some sensors briefly. Men on deck shielded their eyes instinctively. Operators fought the jittering feeds. The ocean reflected light unevenly. Shadows masked intentions. Every second became a calculation of risk. Coastal feeds were checked again. The decommissioned radar base was still silent. Operators traced the signals to old coordinates. Some readings were clearly fabricated. Someone had exploited abandoned infrastructure to create confusion. The crew realized they were facing deception at a strategic level. The triangle of boats was not alone. They were guided. Someone on shore had scripted this scenario. The captain weighed the options. Any aggressive move could escalate to a real collision. Any hesitation could allow a strike. Men and women on the bridge felt the pressure. Historical lessons hung like shadows. Naval accidents had begun with less. Entire fleets had felt the consequences of single errors. The lead boats surged again. The bow rose over a swell. Spray hit the carrier. A faint metallic scrape was heard. Systems registered minor vibrations. Crew members glanced at one another. Some lips moved in silent prayers. Others stared at the radar returns. Every operator tracked speed, angle, and distance. The carrier executed a subtle reverse thrust, not enough to halt, enough to alter closure velocity. The triangle shifted in response. The lead boat stayed within inches of the side. Sensors registered the movement. The crew below waited. Hull strain monitors registered slight shifts. No flooding, no critical failures. Yet tension remained palpable. The figure on the lead boat made another motion. The object flashed brightly. Optical dazzlers or improvised lenses. The light reflected sharply on the carrier's superstructure. Crew members shielded their eyes again. Systems scrambled to recalibrate. The operator of the drone tried to steady the feed. The image jittered violently. Suddenly, the lead boat veered closer than before. It was no longer moving in a gentle arc. The reinforced bow was aimed precisely toward the carrier's hull. A low vibration ran through the steel. Alarms blared. The bridge froze for a fraction of a second. Men registered the physics. Mass and momentum could crush the hull. Even a minor scrape could damage vital systems. The captain shouted clear orders. Interceptors move now, full flank, widen distance. Engines steady. Small boats moved sharply to the side. Waves broke under their speed. Spray hit faces. The carrier adjusted slightly. Not enough to divert completely. The goal was control. To assert presence without provocation, the patrol boats reacted almost instinctively. They mirrored moves with uncanny precision. The lead figure seemed aware of the carrier's capabilities. He angled the object. A flare ignited briefly. The brightness lit faces of sailors on deck. Shadows stretched long over steel and cables. The bridge felt suspended between control and chaos. The second and third boats tightened the triangle. They moved like a single organism. Sensors tracked slight changes in formation. The crew realized the triangle was meant to herd, not just proximity. Herding the carrier into a narrow channel, limiting its maneuvering room. The captain noted the strategy instantly. One miscalculation could force the carrier closer to danger. On deck, crew members adjusted equipment. Every catapult, elevator, and aircraft was secured. Hangar crews paused their routines. Every action and inaction carried weight. The carrier became a living organism, breathing with calculated restraint. Every system responded to the unseen threat. The lead boat surged forward again. Spray flew high. The reinforced bow scraped steel lightly. A jolt ran through the hull. Consoles lit up. Crew felt the vibration in their feet. The captain held his voice steady. Maintain course. Engines steady. Interceptors in position. He understood that overreaction could create an incident that no one wanted. The triangle held its pattern. The lead figure stared into the bridge window. No greeting, no warning, only intent. A small flare ignited at the object's tip. The flash reflected off the hull. Sensors detected the sudden change. Operators reacted immediately. The vessel shuddered slightly. Then something broke the rhythm. A second flare ignited. The light intensified. Optical feeds scrambled. Some systems misread the motion. The carrier registered an impact, not a strike to critical systems. Not yet, but it was enough to make the crew realize that the lead boat had tested the limits. The hull had taken the force. Engineers below confirmed no major damage. The impact was precise, calculated. A faint murmur spread through the bridge. The captain's eyes scanned all readings. The triangle had not retreated. Its formation tightened. Its intent was clear. The carrier could not allow the situation to continue. Yet any aggressive move could turn minor contact into full-scale collision. The stakes were higher than ever. Then the lead boat surged again. Faster, cleaner, directly toward the carrier. Its reinforced bow struck metal sharply. The hull groaned. Lights flickered. Crew members froze. Engineers glanced at strain monitors. Minor cracks appeared in superficial plating. Nothing critical. Yet the message was clear. Someone had tested the carrier. Someone had calculated the limits. The bridge held silence. The captain considered the next move. He understood fully that one wrong order could escalate the incident into global news. The triangle had made its intent undeniable. It was no accident. It was a challenge. And then a sudden, unexplained signal appeared on the carrier's radar. It was a fast-moving object rising from the horizon. too small to identify, too fast to be routine. The crew barely had time to react before the unknown object closed rapidly. The fast-moving object closed the distance in seconds. Operators scrambled to identify it. It appeared to rise from the water, but its speed suggested propulsion beyond a small craft. The radar signature flickered. Optical feeds showed a glint of metal cutting through the spray. The crew held their breath. The carrier's massive frame felt suddenly small. The captain ordered evasive adjustments. Engines surged forward. Rudder shifted slightly. Interceptor boats moved to flank the unknown object. Sensors struggled to track both the triangular patrol boats and the new arrival. The crew realized they faced multiple layers of threat simultaneously. Every system was tested at once. The lead patrol boat surged again. Its reinforced bow scraped the side of the carrier. The hull shuddered. Consoles flashed warnings. The second and third boats mirrored its movement. The triangle tightened. The captain realized the strategy. The patrol boats aimed to herd the carrier into a narrow corridor. They were using calculated pressure. The carrier had to respond carefully or risk accidental collision. The unknown object rose higher. A shadow fell across the deck. It was not an aircraft. It moved faster than any drone the carrier had in operation. Sensors could not classify it. Crew members pointed and shouted. The bridge hummed with tension. Men and women tracked every inch of the object. The carrier's momentum had to be balanced against maneuvering room. Any abrupt movement could worsen the situation. The captain issued precise orders. Maintain course. Engines steady. Interceptors block lateral movement. Launch drones for visual confirmation. Small boats skimmed the waves. Drones lifted into the air. Optical sensors jittered. Light reflected off the patrol boats and the unknown object. Shadows danced across the bridge. Crew members held positions, ready to react instantly. The lead figure on the patrol boat raised the long object. It flashed again, blinding optical sensors momentarily. The boat surged closer. The reinforced bow scraped the hull with a metallic groan. Crew below felt the vibration. Engineers checked strain gauges. No critical damage yet. The captain noted the audacity. This was no error. This was a test. A challenge. The unknown object darted toward the lead patrol boat. Water sprayed violently. The object hovered momentarily above the surface. It reflected sunlight in blinding streaks. The patrol boat veered slightly to avoid a direct strike. The triangle shifted instinctively. Coordination between the boats was flawless. They adjusted to maintain formation. The captain realized the skill of the operators. They had rehearsed this. Someone had prepared for the carrier's maneuvers. The carrier shifted engines slightly to create more room. Interceptor boats moved to flank the lead patrol boat. Crew monitored hull strain. Nothing critical yet. The unknown object circled once. Sensors tried to classify it. Nothing fit. Speed, size, maneuverability. The physics were impossible. The crew felt the tension in every fiber of the ship. The lead patrol boat surged a final time. Its bow made a light but precise strike against the carrier's hull. A metallic thud reverberated through decks. Lights flickered. Consoles flashed warnings. Crew members froze for a moment. The captain held his voice steady. Every order was measured. One wrong move and minor contact could escalate to catastrophe. The unknown object hovered again. It emitted a short flash of light. Operators interpreted it as a signal. The triangle of patrol boats hesitated. The lead figure stared at the carrier. No salute, no greeting, only intent. The situation was now a delicate balance. The carrier had proven its dominance. The patrol boats had tested limits. The unknown object had added uncertainty. For a tense moment, nothing moved. The sea rolled beneath silently. Spray fell from the bow of the lead patrol boat. Drones hovered above. Optical feeds stabilized just enough to track the formations. The captain considered options. A calculated move could end the incident. An aggressive move could escalate it. He weighed seconds against potential consequences. The lead patrol boat suddenly veered sharply. The bow rose high on the swell. It struck the carrier's side again. The hull groaned. Lights flickered across the bridge. Crew members below felt vibrations. Consoles recorded the minor impact. Strain gauges registered nothing critical. The message was clear. Someone had challenged the carrier. Someone had tested every precaution. The unknown object darted again, this time directly toward the lead patrol boat. A burst of spray and reflected light struck the eyes of operators. The triangle of boats reacted instantly. They moved in perfect coordination. The lead figure adjusted the long object one final time. Flashes illuminated faces and hulls across the carrier's surface. Then the object veered away. It rose high above the horizon. It disappeared as quickly as it had arrived. The patrol boats held formation for a final moment. Then they turned. Engines hummed. The triangle broke. Spray flew. Distance grew. The carrier's massive hull absorbed the shock of the near collisions. Systems hummed and stabilized. The bridge crew exhaled collectively. Operators checked every sensor. Strain gauges confirmed no critical damage. The captain's eyes scanned the horizon. The patrol boats receded. The unknown object was gone. The incident had ended without a single life lost, without a single weapon fired. The carrier remained the dominant force, yet the tension of the encounter lingered. Every operator knew what had happened. A single misstep could have turned a minor test into an international crisis. The carrier had faced intent, skill, and calculated risk. History had been written in seconds. Engineers below returned to routine checks. Crew on deck resumed cautious movement. The patrol boats were distant blips on radar. The unknown object vanished. The captain remained on the bridge. He recorded logs meticulously. Every detail, every flash, every maneuver. He knew the record would be immutable. Official reports might never see the light. Yet every person on the carrier would remember the morning when a foreign patrol almost forced a collision with the most powerful warship in the world. The ocean rolled calmly. Sunlight shimmered across the waves. The carrier advanced steadily. Yet far below decks, crew members felt a shiver. The ship had proven its power. Yet the margin between authority and accident had been frighteningly narrow. And then a faint ping registered on the radar. Too small to classify, too fast to ignore. The crew turned. The captain's eyes narrowed. The sea had not finished its surprises. Don't forget to subscribe to Naval Pulse for more gripping military encounters. What would you have done if you were on the bridge facing an unexpected challenge like this? Let us know in the comments.